Around the world, Sweden is sold as a moral superpower, safe, fair, progressive, humane, and parts of that image are true. But living inside Sweden is very different from reading about it. This video is not an attack on individuals. It is an analysis of systems, social norms, and documented outcomes. Because Sweden is not just a culture, it is an operating system, and like every operating system, it has side effects. You notice it in ordinary places. You walk into a cafe, no greeting, no eye contact, you stand at the counter, staff pass by. In a shop, you wander without being acknowledged.
At a public office, you ask a question and receive one flat sentence. That's not possible. Use the website.
No curiosity, no engagement, no emotional signal that you matter. People call this reserved culture.
But for many residents, especially foreigners, it feels like something else. It feels like institutional indifference, and this is not accidental. It is structural. Public administration research uses a term, street-level bureaucracy. It describes frontline workers operating under high caseloads, strict rules, performance targets, audit pressure to survive. Workers develop coping behaviors, they shorten conversations, they avoid responsibility, they narrow what they discuss, they redirect people to systems and websites. Human warmth is the first thing to disappear. This is not about bad people. It is about survival inside a high-control environment. Over the last decade, Sweden has also adopted what is called new public management efficiency. Metrics, standardization, digital self-service. These reforms increase procedural correctness, but international research shows they degrade relational quality. You are processed correctly. You are not treated humanly. That is why the system feels cold. Even Sweden's own parliamentary ombudsman repeatedly criticizes agencies for being unreachable, slow, and rigid. So when someone says they don't care, the analytical translation is, the system rewards correctness over connection. Now add Sweden's invisible social rule, Jantelagen. Do not think you are special. Do not stand out. Do not rise above. This is not folklore. It is social enforcement. But it is not enforced through confrontation. It is enforced through cooling. You show confidence, silence, you mention success, topic change. You promote yourself, polite withdrawal. You express emotion, discomfort. Instead of conflict, you receive distance. This is how conformity is maintained. Foreigners violate two rules at once. You are outside the in-group, and you do not know the modesty code. So the sanction feels personal, but it is structural. This is why Sweden can feel polite and emotionally punishing at the same time. Many immigrants describe the same experience. I qualify, I apply, nothing moves. This is not imagination. Swedish field experiments show that identical resumes receive different responses depending on the name. Foreign-sounding names get fewer callbacks, especially men. The system says equal opportunity. The data says unequal outcomes. That gap is the glass ceiling. And because Sweden believes deeply in its own fairness, that gap is rarely emotionally acknowledged. You feel blocked. The culture tells you nothing is wrong. Now we reach what is rarely taught clearly, not rumors. Documented history. Sweden subjected the Sámi people to racial classification, segregated schools, land dispossession, cultural suppression. A state truth commission is now investigating this history. Hate crime against Sámi is documented today. Sweden founded the world's first state institute for racial biology. Its ideology shaped policy towards Sámi, Roma, and the disabled. In 2013, police were exposed for maintaining illegal ethnic registers of Roma families, including children. During World War II, Sweden allowed German transit and strategic exports. After the war, it extradited Baltic soldiers to the Soviet Union. Many faced imprisonment or death. At Vipholm Hospital, disabled patients were used in unethical sugar experiments. No real consent. Lasting harm. These are not opinions, they are historical records. Many people believe you cannot sue in Sweden. That is not fully accurate. Sweden uses a no-fault patient injury system. Injuries are processed administratively. You may receive compensation, but damages are limited. Accountability is institutional. The state evaluates itself. Claims against the state go through the Chancellor of Justice, not a jury, not public confrontation, administrative judgment. To many, this feels like the system protects itself. Put it all together. Service workers minimize interaction. Culture punishes standing out. Outsiders face structural barriers. Institutions replace empathy with procedure. Conflict is handled through withdrawal. The result is not loud cruelty, it is cold pressure, not chaos, quiet exclusion. To be objective, Sweden also does many things exceptionally well. Infrastructure, low corruption, institutional stability, long-term planning, formal equality, public order, social insurance. It is safe, predictable, functional, but it trades warmth for order, human connection for systems. Sweden is not evil, but it is not gentle. It is a society built on rules, restraint, conformity, administrative control. If you understand that, you stop blaming yourself, and you stop believing the myth. Sweden is not broken, but it is not what the world thinks it is.